So obviously, I can't I can't post on the other channel, my main channel, because I got my first copyright strike. Um, so um, good news, it does expire in 2 more months. Actually, let me see, April, May, June, July, 4 months from now it expires. But I can't post for 1 week. So um, if anybody you know was worried why I haven't been posting, that's why. Um, I will put the link in the description box down below if y'all want to follow my main channel. This is just my backup channel, so I don't necessarily get in trouble like that on YouTube, but it's a post time for everything. Um, so yeah. Anyways, I have a lot to say today, and I did watch WrestleMania, obviously. Uh, it's 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 laughable because I think that um, I think WWE could do so much better. Um, I think the WWE could do so much better. Um, every match was just utter failure. Outside of the women's triple threat match, it was very fun to watch. Um, but other than that, I watched the highlights on YouTube. Um, but other than that, every single match was just bad. Because usually, WrestleMania is like the cream of the crop. You know what I'm saying? You get the best matches of matches. You know what I'm saying? But it felt like every match was just plain. Like it wasn't no excitement, it was no energy, no nothing. You got freaking Dominic Mysterio winning championships. You have jobbers like Jay winning the precious title in WWE. He's not a main eventer. I don't know why he's keep calling himself that. Like he was complaining, he was moaning, like, oh, this might probably be my last year wrestling. I don't know. Like they probably pulled some strings for him to win, so he could just shut up about it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all he's been talking about. Like, man, if I don't win this, I don't know if I can wrestle anymore. This that, and I don't know how I'm gonna feed my family. This and that and the third, and looking back at my cousins winning championships and shit like that, and just going on blabbing about, how, unlucky he was and stuff like that. It's like if the WWE didn't put a World Heavyweight Championship on Matt Hardy, there's a reason why. Even though Matt Hardy is kind of popular, he's not his brother. Matt will never be Jeff. There's a reason why like Jeff Hardy had potential. Matt, not so much. I think the only thing Matt probably succeeded in the WWE was winning the WCW champion. I mean the ECW champion. When ECW came back for like 2 years on Sci-Fi. Other than that, he's never sniffed a World Heavyweight Champion, WWE Champion outside of WWE, obviously. He had to go outside of WWE to win those. Like, he had to go to Impact Wrestling to win their prestigious titles, but he couldn't do it in the WWE because they didn't see, like Vince McMahon at the time didn't see, that like he didn't see anything in him. He saw a lot in Jeff Hardy. That's why they, religiously pushed Jeff Hardy because he had so much potential. But they gave a championship to a C plus player. Now that WrestleMania is over, marbles are going to fall. The marbles are going to fall. And we're going to see how long this lasts. Like, we've seen a lot of short, quick title runs in the WWE. Obviously, The Big Show, Kane, Mankind, Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. So we're gonna see how long this lasts with Jey Uso. Because one thing that John Cena said that kind of makes sense is that every time you wear that championship, the load just gets heavier and heavier. Like the load on your shoulder just gets heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier. And every day you have to walk out and defend it, night in and night. Well, not really night in and night out, but you'll have to defend it in a few pay-per-views. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're gonna make him defend it every single Monday night like they did with The Rock and Austin and Triple H. Like those days are over. Like you'll defend that championship once every 3 months. Or every other pay-per-view. You'll defend it. But they won't have like a WWE title match on Raw for the main event. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, outside of that women's triple threat match, obviously Stone Cold having a guest appearance. Didn't really involve himself in the Cody Rhodes and John Cena match. The only reason why it worked for Cody the first time was because Cody was outnumbered. It was the bloodline versus him, so obviously had the Undertaker back him up, etc., etc. That WrestleMania had more pop than this one, which is sad. I guess people like blowing their money, I guess if they can afford it, why not blow it, and then at the end of the day, you're going to be broke as heck. Can't afford to pay your light bill, your phone bill, because you spent almost $12K on a damn freaking main event that didn't really, or event that didn't really live up to the hype, they didn't live up to high expectations. And this will continue. But you know what, as long as they could put people in seats, man, they don't really care. They can have the most crappiest event, no guest appearances. Okay, outside of Austin, obviously, and then obviously they were introducing the Hall of Famers. But other than that, WrestleMania was a total letdown. And this will, like I said, this will continue. Um, and it's interesting that they let John Cena beat Cody Rhodes. Uh, like, I don't know where Triple H was going with this. Because if this was supposed to be John Cena's last stand in the WWE, how will he, carry the torch? Because WrestleMania is over, right? Had he lost last night, he would have probably said, come out, do a promo, a long 6-hour promo, saying how grateful he was for these 22 years, and then obviously put his hat down and his t-shirt down and just walk out and boom, that's it, Because he was right about one thing before WrestleMania. He did say, this, this is the last championship that y'all ever see. Like, this is the real, he said this is the last real championship or champion y'all ever see again. Now, the Cody crybabies are gonna complain, this is not fair, he didn't deserve to lose. Why did you take the title off him so fast, this and that and the third, he only held it for 93 days, et cetera, et cetera. They was looking at the streak. Obviously, Ric Flair had held 17 championships. How? I don't know. But obviously, it was the 80s, 70s, so what else is new? They was passing championships like used condoms, or used guns, I should say, or used cigarettes, I should say. I don't want to, so. And John Cena had to earn every single championship that he had. He had to face a lot of great, competitors: Edge, Kurt Angle, Chris Benoit. You know what I'm saying? Randy Orton, etc., etc. Triple H. So he had to earn most of his championships. I mean, obviously, his first championship came in WrestleMania 21 against JBL. Had Orlando Brown been in his corner, it could have gone either way. But there's a reason why Orlando Brown wasn't at ringside. Maybe JBL felt confident he didn't really need any backup, so he went one-on-one and he lost. But then again, JBL was the veteran and John Cena was the pup. So I guess, he was doing exactly what John Cena would have done if the roles was reversed, John Cena being the veteran, JBL being the pup, etc., etc. But yeah, WrestleMania it was bad. It was bad. This is probably the worst WrestleMania that I've witnessed. And I haven't really witnessed a lot of bad WrestleManias. WrestleMania 41? So out of 41 WrestleManias, I have watched 27 of them. I've watched 27 WrestleManias out of 41. So I didn't really care about the pay-per-views, to be honest with you. They did take some pay-per-views away, like Night of Champions. I really liked the Night of Champions, where every champion has to defend their belt. I like the Taboo Tuesday, where the fans get to pick the stipulations of the match. I wish they still had those too. Um, they had some pretty good pay-per-views back in the day. Um, but anyways, man, let me know what y'all think. But this is going to be very interesting how the WWE continue to push Jay and John Cena as champions. Because now that John Cena is champion, you won't see him every single Monday, that he's gonna, he's a part-timer now, so he's gonna, take his time and, he's gonna take his days off and stuff like that, and that's not probably gonna sit well with the fans because, you expect a fighting champion, at least with Cody Rhodes, he was there almost every single night. You know what I'm saying? In terms of John Cena, yeah, he'll be here Monday, but how about Fridays and Mondays and Fridays and Mondays and Fridays and Mondays? Like he's gonna be on and off, on and off, on and off, Instead of just having a fighting, reliable, not durable, fighting champion, you're gonna get a part timer. Because that's what John Cena basically is now, On top of that, like if he has a movie that he has to do, like, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that, it just doesn't make any sense, But he won't have the title for that long. He'll probably drop it in the next pay-per-view. And, that's the end-all, be-all. He just wanted to have that moment. He just wanted to have that moment. Obviously, Victoria congratulated him on IG, saying that congratulations on passing me. So, yeah, I think it was him, Triple H, Hulk Hogan, Randy Orton himself, and then John Cena. So, yeah, obviously, what's better in your opinion, holding the belt for so long or winning multiple championships? Like Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Bruno Sammartino. Because if you win 17 championships, okay, you would think winning 17 championships is a lot, but how many times you lost that to regain it back, you know what I'm saying? But if you held on to the championship for so long, that means that you were too good to lose it, you know what I'm saying? Like I think, in my personal opinion, having a title reign or holding a title reign is better than having 17 championships. Dominic Mysterio can win 17 championships, but he can't hold on to that cracker to save his life. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, man, that's it. That's all. Just bad booking, bad storylines, bad booking, no build up, nothing, And like I said, this will continue for as long as Triple H is under power or whatever his control is, chief of operations or whatever his role is. Obviously he has, Shawn Michaels doing his job at NXT. He has a road dog riding for most wrestlers and stuff like that. It's like Triple H did invent, and saying that, how he's not proud of being his, you know, father figure and son-in-law and all that, but just, learning from him. Triple H, you didn't learn nothing from him. Trust me. Like, if you learned a lot from him, your booking wouldn't be this bad. You're seeing it from your point of view, not his. And, I always say, it's a blessing and a curse, because the curse is you're trying to be Vince McMahon. The way that he did things, you couldn't fathom to be like him, like you fathom, you worshipped, because he did things outside the box. You're doing things outside the box. It's just going way, 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 way less. You know how you throw a pitch and that ball just sail to the right, sail to the left? That's Triple H. Vince McMahon was just hitting strikes after strikes after strikes. You know what I'm saying? So, and what's his idea? Crazy and stupid, yes, but at the end of the day, he learned from his dad, and he took that and he took that and he molded the WWE what it is today. And I think Triple H is trying so hard to be like him that it's backfiring on him. Because yes, Triple H was a wrestler. He was he was on the road constantly. He battled for championships. He was 12-time WWE champion. He's done it all. Well, not actually, but he's done what he could. But nobody can be this man. Nobody can have the brains of this man. Like, you do things that the way you want to do it, because it's you running the show. You're calling the shots. Vince McMahon has no control over his company no more. Now, can he make guest appearances? I don't know. Does he even want to be? Does he even want to be in the same atmosphere that he built? Probably not. But Triple H is obviously head over heels in this business. Like, he just doesn't get it. Like, what made the Attitude Era wrestlers pop was this man gave them a platform to be themselves. Like, when I look at AEW, I say, damn, their characters are larger than life. But when I see the WWE, it's like, when I see their characters or gimmicks, it's like stale. Like Timeless Tony Storm. I don't even know who that is. I just, seen her on, the TV show, whatever. I like her character. Now, if she had gone to WWE, would her character still be the same? Probably not. Paige, right? Y'all know Paige. She's thinking about coming back to WWE. When will that happen? I don't know. Like she had to leave the company. You know, obviously I remember her beating AJ for the WWE for the Women's Championship on her first night. But obviously she had to leave the company because she had a explicit rated R tape that got leaked. I don't know if that was true. I mean, it is true. Obviously, it's all over the internet, and you can type in page, you know, tape, you know. Um, they let Sasha Banks go. You know, the WWE is not afraid of releasing and letting go of big stars. You know, they let Chris Jericho go. They let Edge go. They let Christian go. The WWE holds no ties to wrestlers. Like if you want to go, you can go. Like if you want to go, you can go. You know, to a company that you think that's gonna make you a star. I mean, they let go of Dolph Ziggler. You know, and Dolph Ziggler won a championship. I mean, he's won a world heavyweight champion. You know, so just like how any other businesses, they do not care if you're a star. They don't care if you're a mega star because you can always be replaced. Like we all thought when the Attitude Era was over, there's no way wrestling will ever be the same. There's no way that they can recapture that glory. And the Attitude Era was hit and miss. I mean, I'm not saying that the Attitude Era was the greatest show on turf. They just did it because they was going into war with WCW, and WCW was killing them in the ratings. That's the only reason why they did it. That's exactly why they did it. They didn't do it for anything else. It was just WCW was just killing them in the ratings, and they had to put on a show or be out of the show. So, and then Paul Heyman said, "Yeah, Vince McMahon stole our ideas. You know, like we were supposed to be what the Attitude Era was. We just didn't have the wrestlers to pursue it. You know, the wrestlers that you see in the WWF were former WCW guys. You know, outside of The Rock, obviously. You know, and Triple H, but Kane, you know, Austin, Undertaker, Big Show. You know, they're all WCW guys. Chris Jericho, Chris Benoit. So, yeah. But anyways, man, let me know what y'all think about WrestleMania 41. Will WrestleMania 42 be the same as WrestleMania 41? We'll just have to find out.